Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to talk about how to get a lot of lag in your golf swing, and we're really going to key in on the left wrist. This is something I think a lot of people struggle with, but before we get into that we need to talk about the overall idea of why lag is very difficult for some players, or a lot of players, and then why we want to be able to create these big angles so that we can release those angles later in the swing. First, what I want you to do is take your golf club out, and I want you to swing it around just kind of in a circular motion. And what I want you to do is to really focus, like when you get it to the bottom of the swing, I want you to feel like you turn your hand back up and really get a lot of speed. So it's very slow throughout the swing, and then right at the bottom, I want you to whip that on through there. So if we do that, if you go ahead and do a few of those for me, I'll just do, swings like this. I'm feeling the speed right at the bottom, and the rest of the swing is nice and slow. I'm keeping some momentum going with it, but at the bottom, that's when I'm really getting that to whip on through there. I can't apply even pressure throughout the entire thing. I really have to have one part of the swing where it goes with more speed, because what happens is the club actually accelerates so fast that my hand can't keep up with it, and then I have to catch up with it and then go ahead and let it whip on through there again. That's a great way to feel swing speed in the swing, is just by swinging that around. If you could imagine I had a golf ball, let's say with a rope tied to it, and I'm swinging this golf ball around on a rope, it's at the bottom of the swing that I want to feel like that really takes off and accelerates. Everywhere else in the swing, I'm pretty smooth, except right there at the bottom. That's what all great players are doing. And that's why we have a lot of lag. We have lag built up in the swing to create a big angle between our forearm and our club, so that when we do let that whip on through there, it covers a lot of distance. My hand only moves from, let's say, about right here in the downswing. This club's still lagging behind quite a bit. As my hand moves 6 or 8 inches, my club moves 4 or 5 feet. And that creates a lot of that whipping action, a lot of that speed or snap, however we want to phrase it. Every single good player is doing that to varying degrees in their downswing, but every single one of them is doing that same thing. The club is always taking off like crazy right as it's moving into the golf ball. So if we have that in mind, that all this other part of the swing is nice and smooth and fluid, and we're waiting for the downswing, then we can get a lot of speed there. If I feel like from the top, I'm trying to get that, let's imagine I was doing that same golf club spin, but I'm spinning it back here. I'm trying to put all the force in way up here somewhere. That's going to look totally different. And as it comes down to impact, I would have no way of controlling it. I got to get that snap happening right at the bottom of the swing. So now let's talk about what the left wrist is doing throughout the swing to make this happen. I want you guys to grab a club, choke up on it about 4 or 5 inches, and work along with these. Don't just sit there and watch the video. Grab a club and go through it with me. As I do my takeaway, I want this wrist to set very little. So you can imagine it kind of hinging down like this. That's the sensation I'm going to have, very little wrist set. As I change directions, we're just going to make some half swings. That club is going to begin to set, and it's really not until my downswing that the club fully sets. I don't want to set this club fully at the top, or I might start casting as I start down. I'm going to be nice and loose. As I start down, then I'm going to fully set the club. As I come through impact, now what's happening is as I'm moving through impact, that's that snapping action. I want to feel like my left wrist is bowed as I'm doing that to get the club de-lofted. You notice how now I'm getting some forward shaft lean in there. I'm taking loft off the club, and that's really getting it to whip on through. And then as I follow through, all I'm going to do is go ahead and finish my swing all the way around. So go ahead and do these drills. Very little wrist set, increasing. It's not until the downswing that I max it out. As I come on through, that's going to feel bowed, so I'm taking loft off the face, and then I'm just going to swing on through to a nice full finish. So do about 5 or 10 of those for me, just left arm only. And as you do this, you're going to feel like I can get that little snap happening at the bottom of the swing, even with just my left arm, and I can get a decent amount of speed. This is why when I warm up every time when I'm hitting golf balls, I actually just swing left arm only, and I'll hit about 10 or 15 shots, just the left arm only. That probably went about 100 yards with a 7-iron, because I'm getting that speed as I'm coming down through there. And as I get more and more confident with it, and I can wait longer and longer to get that to release, I'm not trying to rush from the top. I'm not trying to get that speed from the top. I can let it happen later on in the swing. So let's go ahead and look at one of those in slow motion, just with the left arm, and we'll see how it snaps through there. Then when we get comfortable with that, we're going to add both hands on there, waiting for the bottom of the swing, and then we're going to let it snap. All right, guys, best of luck. Work hard on that lag. All right guys, hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got an awesome bonus for you. We all want lots of lag in our golf swing. It's so crucial to have tons of lag to be able to get that high club head speed and to be able to drive it past your friends. I'm gonna play a preview from one of my most important golf lag videos. If you're on a desktop device, you can go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen. If you're on a phone or a tablet, you go ahead and click the iCard and you're gonna get instant access to that video. Plus, you're gonna get instant access to 5 videos from our Top Speed Golf system. Good luck to you guys. Go out there and rip the ball. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Clay Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see, and in this drill what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, you look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.